Welcome to Switched On, Paul speaking, and today we're looking at Super Mega Baseball 3, which comes out today, May the 13th, from Metalhead Software, and is obviously the third version of the Super Mega Baseball series. Super Mega Baseball 2 covered on the channel last year, gave it some excellent coverage, some really excellent feedback, a great game. Check out some of my other videos from last year. I've actually done a baseball comparison video as well, all those last year's titles. May do another one this year. As I say, this is out today on the eShop. Will cost you $45 and just under £35, which is, I must say, a bit of a step up in price from the last versions. But is it worth it? So that's what we're going to be taking a look at. Just for a start, also I've looked at some other reviews of the game today. I did actually get this code quite late, so I've not had a chance to put too many hours into it. But whilst I don't really like to call out other reviews, the ones that I have seen haven't really gone into the new details of the game, which is what I want to bring to you today. See if we can dig into the gameplay. So this video is going to be primarily focused on gameplay, and then we'll have later videos later in the week, looking into some of the other features, the new franchise features, and some of the other new features that have been added to the game. Initially, the setup's quite the same. You've got this ego system, which allows you to change your difficulty rating. You can change it anytime. You can press the X button if you look at the bottom of the screen now. So now we're signed in, we can change the ego level. Actually, in the exhibition game we're looking at here, you actually change it when you select a team. So whatever team you choose, by moving left and right on the stick, you can then change your ego level there. From within the game, you can press X or go to the start menu and change your ego at any time during the game. You can see I have mine set around about 39. Just when it gets to 40, it ticks into serious, and I find it a little bit too hard. So around about 38, 39 is fine for me at the moment, and you can adjust that all the way up to 100 as you get better at the game, which is a really cool feature. So let's just flick through the teams. They're all made up teams, all fantasy teams, custom teams. There's men and women included in the roster as before. You may notice a slight change in the graphical look as well. Gone for a slightly more realistic look, although it is still heavily stylized and cartoony. That kit there from the freebooters, might come back to them. But just going to flick through some of the teams here. There is some new teams in this year's version. You can also go into the editor and create your own teams, which is really cool. You can create logo. Really, really good logo editor. We'll maybe have a look at that later in the week. If you want to see me have a look at that, then let me know below in the comments. Let's go back to, where was that really cool kit? I can't remember who had it. Was it the freebooters? Yeah, I like that. We're going to go with the freebooters. So we'll stick on ego level 38. Stadiums. There's new stadiums been added this year. Not sure exactly which ones they are, but I know there's 3 or 4 new stadiums added this year. That may be one. I don't recognise that one from last year. Billingata Bowl. And there's new times of days. There's evening and night games as well. We're just going to play 3 innings and just going to talk through some of the gameplay features, just as I flick through some of the rest of the stadiums. Got a nice choice there. We're going to stick on random. Yeah, we'll have random time and weather as well, that's fine. So go on to next. You get this new menu that comes up. So you can have a look at your team photo. You've got your lineups. Got these cards, which don't really seem to do anything, but like just collectible baseball cards. You can't actually collect them in the game. It just shows you your squad in a card form. And you can have a look at your roster overall. And we'll talk about some of the new things there. So, while we've got this roster screen up, actually, let's have a look at one of the new features there, and we'll dig into it a little bit more in the gameplay. But traits, you can see there trait 1 and trait 2. Not every player has traits, but some do. And let's have a look at these here. So this first trait here for Guns Jackman, his trait is he's only got one trait, RBI Man, which gives him plus 15 power, plus 10 contact when batting with a runner on second or third base. Patience Evergreen has got her inside ball trait, where power and contact boost when targeting the inside half of the strike zone. So players get these. Some are negative, like this one here. Bad Hot Brown has the whiffer trait, which gives them minus 25 contact when batting with a 2-strike count. So positive and negative traits. And as I say, as we get into the game, I'll show you how those are displayed. But let's dive into a game. So here we are. The overview screen. One of the first things you might notice here is one of the new features I really like, and that's the announcer will call the batter to the plate. So a little bit of a walk-on music if they've got it. But if you listen carefully, you can hear the announcer.
Now batting, the center fielder, Stockton Brickhouse.
If you heard that in the background there, now batting the centre fielder, Stockton Brickhouse. So, a few gameplay changes, as I said. Here's let's just take these first few, check that swing. Let's just see if we can step off the mound. So we're going to hold down the ZR button, and you can just sort of hold off on the next pitch, and we'll have a little look around the screen here. Holding ZR will also bring up your traits. As you can see on the left hand side there, it says strategize, which is a little bit of odd wording because you can't really change much, but it will pop up any traits that the pitcher or the batter has. They don't have any, so nothing's popping up. We can have a look at the right hand side. We've got the starting pitcher, Barry Ozone. The Mojo feature returns. As you can see there, Mojo at the moment is neutral. Really good feature that I like. Just have a bit of an overview. Super Mega Baseball 3 has got so many features that just make this game really accessible and really enjoyable as a baseball game that aren't featured in many other games, which make it quite unique. And the Mojo system is one of them. Really like this. Other games may have it hidden away as a hidden stat. Super Mega Baseball puts it front and centre. And what it is like a confidence. So if you start hitting the pitcher all around the park or hitting home runs, then Mojo will start to decrease, and that will start to affect their stats, so they will get panicked or shaken. Similarly, if they get lots of strikeouts, they'll get more confident, which makes their accuracy even better. So if it just really simulates that feeling in real sport, that if somebody's full of confidence, feel like they can do no wrong, they're going to play much better. So if Barry Ozone here, his Mojo goes up to like super confident, then it's going to be much harder, even harder to play against him. So it's sort of double-edged sword. He's going to be pitching well against you, so you're already going to be having problems. And as his confidence increases, it's going to be even harder to play against him, which is a great feature. We've got a general fitness stat there. Players can get injured and obviously get tired. And one other feature here that I really like in Super Mega Baseball compared to other baseball games is how easy it is to read the tiredness. Now, what you get in other baseball games is a general stamina bar or something like that, which decreases for pitchers and players. What I really like here is the individual bars of the sort of characteristics of the pitcher. So you see there, they've got velocity, junk, accuracy, and an overall stamina bar. But you see a white line now. That will begin. That's their sort of starting levels, and you can see as they play through the game and get more tired, the bar decreases, but that white level will always stay where it began. So you can tell how tired they've got from when they started the game, and it gives you a much better idea of when to pull them out. So, for example, if their velocity drops a lot, but they've still got decent accuracy and a junk rating, then you've got a decision. They're not pitching with the same velocity, although they have still got some accuracy. So it gives you another strategic choice of, do you pull them out and go for someone with more velocity but maybe haven't got the accuracy, or do you stick with the same pitcher because they're accurate? So that sort of thing I really like. Not too much to talk about on the batting side. We can see there Stockton Brickhouse. Few stats will pop up. This is his first at bat, but then you'll get the numbers pop up from his previous at bats. And obviously, again, if they've got any traits, you'll see them here. So let's go back to batting. The buttons are A to swing, a contact swing. You hold it down to swing, although it doesn't really affect any power for a contact swing. It just means that if you tap the A button, you can do a check swing. B will allow you to do a bunt, and Y is a power hit, and you have to hold that down and release it to get power. So let's get back to it. That was low and inside. And that's going to be the first out. Should be the first out. And he's caught outside the bounds. So we've got Oakley Stiffs up next to bat. Ooh, and that was... probably should have left that. The graphical look, as you can see, is updated a little bit. Like I said, it's a little bit more realistic. Whilst I like it, the stadiums look good. And generally, the graphical style is nice. You will notice some smudging. Particularly, it's noticeable if you look at like the players' names on their shirts. Quite blurry and sort of that Vaseline effect that we get on Switch games. We've got a 2-2 can hit. Oh, that was a good pitch. That looked like it was drifting outside and came right back in. Great pitch. Unfortunately, Super Mega Baseball 3 also skips replays. You can get a replay of a home run, it will sort of automatically show a replay. Have a good pitch there. Oh, and that's a good hit. Is that going to drop? Oh, it's caught, well caught by Jay Jackson at third base. So 3 outs. But as I was saying, there's no replays, which is really unfortunate. Sports games really do need replays, so it kind of still loses points for that a little bit, as the previous games did. Let's have a look at pitching. Got a slightly new system this year. You've got a right stick to choose your pitches as before. You can see on the right hand side there. We've got a 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, change up and a slider for this pitcher. And as you can see, it's Winnie Noel, so we've got a female pitcher. You pick a pitch with the A button and move the ball around the strike zone like most baseball games. You can see that we can move it all around sort of the strike zone, or we can pitch out. Press A button to initiate the pitch, and as before you have to move the target to match the location that you chose, which can be quite hard, and again is affected by mojo, general pitcher skill and stuff like that. You also got a power pitch. You can hold down the Y button, which will start building up a power bar. If it goes over 100, then you get a wild pitch, so you lose all your accuracy, so a bit of risk and reward, but you can put some power behind the pitch. And here we go, we're going to get first out. You can preload those throws like before as well, and it's a standard sort of baseball control, so A to throw to first base, X to second base, Y to third base, B for home. So let's see how we do here against Huffley Buffler. I love the names of these players, and it really gives you some character. I mean, obviously, if it isn't obvious, you can see it hasn't got the MLB license or any license. All made up players, but it kind of really takes you back to a sort of old school feel of when licenses weren't really a thing, and you kind of get attached to these players. You learn them by name because they've all got comedy names. I think there's one called Junior Senior or something. And the first hit into the outfield there. Juice Jackson up to bat. Now the game does feature a franchise mode this year hasn't got trading, but you can swap out your players for free agents as long as it stays within the salary cap. So that's a nice new feature, and again does allow you over multiple years. Great pitching now to build up your sort of ideal squad. First pitch inside as we take the mound again, and again that was inside. Should have left that. Oh, that's a good hit, and that gets down past the dives of first base and shortstop. Dive button this year is ZR, and you can press the R button to jump straight up. So we've got a trait there. You hear a little noise, a little ping, which tells you there's a trait in play. So it's Patience Evergreen, which I think we looked at on the roster menu. And if you remember, she's got the inside ball, power and contact boost when targeting the inside half of the strike zone. So the sort of half of the strike zone nearest to her. If the pitch is in now, she's going to get a boost to her stats. And that's a good pitch. That was slow and it caught me out. That's inside, way inside. And he took her head off. It's outside, so we get the count to 2-2. And we waff one out into the outfield. It's going to be cool. See the graphics again there of the outfield, a little bit blurry. The players lose a little bit of detail, so it's a bit of a shame. There's, you've got this kind of smudgy, plasticine look to the players anyway, but there's not that sharpness. Oh, and that's a good hit. That is drifting, and that stays good. So we hold down the L button, which allows us to run around the bases. And we're going to hold up at third base, so actually. It's a good enough hit. Should have really got a jump on that. You can, one of the other changes this year is the stealing system. You can press the L button to steal. That pitch again from Barry Ozone catches me looking. Yeah, you can press the L button to steal, and the players will get the jump immediately rather than being delayed. Hopefully that's going to drift foul, and it's not. It's the second out. So 2 outs, 2 on, and Jermaine Raines up to bat And that's another good one. It's high and it's hanging. Hopefully now it's going to drift out to the stands. It's not. And that's the third out. So let's see if we can get through the rest of these innings. Hope you enjoy what you're seeing. As I say, going to get some other videos this week. Try and do something a little bit different from what all the other channels are doing. They're just doing straight reviews, really. And if you've followed the channel for any length of time, you know we love our baseball here. That's a great hit into the outfield. That's probably going to be a double at least. Preload to the cut-off man. And we'll hold them at second base. So yeah, love our baseball games and want to give this game some decent coverage rather than just sticking a score on it and moving on. Give you a little bit more footage and information. If you want to see anything specific this week, drop it in the comments below and I will do my best to put something together for you. And I've got a lot of baseball fans on the channel and you always respond well to the baseball videos here. I will say if I probably won't do a formal review and stick a score on it this year, but what I will say from the few hours that I've had, say last night when I got the code in this morning, so that's well fielded, is that I would say all told this is probably the best baseball game on the Switch. I do like the Power Pro series from Japan, but obviously that's not very accessible. It's all in Japanese. You know, you need a Japanese account to get it. So, you know, whilst it's maybe the best overall baseball game, it also suffers from being hard to get hold of. In fact, the one I reviewed last year has actually been taken off the eShop now. And will be replaced with a new version, which I think is coming in July. So I may pick that up. But yeah, if you're, you know, just a UK or American looking for a baseball game, you're going to go, you know, you can't go wrong. It's Super Mega Baseball 3. As I said at the top, the price is a little bit higher than it was last year, but then you know they've added in a lot of new content, overhauled the graphical style, and it's just such a joy to play. It's, you know, you got that. It does remind me of sort of Power Pros a lot. It's, you know, it has got that cartoony look, but you know it belies what's underneath. You've got a really good simulation of baseball underneath that plays, you know, as fairly as a realistic simulation of baseball, and that's all you can ask for, really. It's a fun game, and you've got that, you know, that mechanical gameplay underneath of a real baseball game, and I thought that was going to be a big hit. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. We're coming to the end of this video. Are we going to get a home run to end with? Looks like we might. Oh, what a catch from Dazzler, right up against the fence. We're looking for our last out, and again we're going to waft one out to the outfield, and that's going to be caught as well. One thing with the fielding in this game is you can get a lot of errors as well, which is good to see. So we've got a pinch hitter coming in for the Jacks. We're going to leave our pitcher in. We can obviously make subs at any time. Good pitch there. Oh, that's not very accurate. Yes, you can sub in at any time, obviously. So we can see a couple of traits here. So we've got the, for Betty Sparks, who's up to bat, she's got the outside ball, power and contact boost when targeting the outside half of the strike zone. So this would tell me as the pitcher, I should have looked at that before earlier, but you know, it would tell me to pitch inside. You know, if we're pitching outside, she's going to get a contact and power boost, which we don't really want. And now we just see another trait pop up, the tough out trait. So she gets a 25 contact when batting with a 2-strike count, which she's got at the moment. So we really want to keep this inside because she's got a boost to contact and power if we're pitching outside with this 2-strike count. So you can see it really is a really, really nice feature that's been added to this year's game. And we probably didn't do it justice, and she gets it to the wall. Nice double there. So the Jacks with no outs. See if we can just get them out to end the video. Just as we come to the end again, just a little reminder, if you can like the video, it'd be really appreciated. Leave me a comment what you think about this, if you had last year's or if you're looking for a baseball game. And that is drifting and drifting and drifting, and we're going to see a home run right at the end. Good stuff. Hopefully next year we're going to be seeing MLB The Show as that goes multi-platform. and hopefully it comes to the Switch. That was all the talk, and hopefully that's still the same case as we lose that one with the home run right at the last of the 3 innings. But I hope you enjoyed that. Please leave me a comment, please subscribe, and please like. Thank you very much. And look out for more Super Mega Baseball 3 content this week. As I say, drop me a line if you want to see anything specific. Probably be looking at the franchise mode, the creation mode, and look at some more gameplay if that's what you're down for. And hit the bell icon and you'll see notifications when they go live. So there's a little thing you could do. But until next time, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers guys. Bye bye.